Cuckoos podcast. Three Cuckoos podcast. Three Cuckoos podcast. Three Cuckoos podcast.
Hello and welcome to Three Cuckoos Reviews Little Boy Blue.
Cuckoos.
Episode 1. Yes, Three
It's
Cuckoos.
only two of us.
My name's Rob. This is Mark.
Hi.
And if you're watching this, we presume that you've watched episode 1 of Little Boy Blue, so there will be spoilers.
There's not going to be spoilers.
Of course there is.
10-year-old true life event.
Well, it's a true life story, yeah. Remember, if you want to comment on the video, you can do. If you're listening on iTunes and things like that, leave a comment, review it, click like, do whatever you want.
Sticking
Really.
up through the gap in my headphones.
I know, it's done it for months. Just never said. Never had the heart to tell you. So this is the true story of the shooting of Rhys Jones, who was a mad Everton fan.
They weren't mad.
No, well, he was really young, wasn't he?
Keen on Everton.
Kids just love it.
The English soccer team.
Soccer team from Liverpoolshire. So now I didn't actually know what Little Boy Blue was. You texted me and said, "Are you watching Little Boy Blue tonight?" And obviously it was where Broadchurch used to be.
Yeah.
In the TV guide, and that just made me go, "Yes, I'm going to watch
It's
it."
a bit of a risk on ITV's part.
Yeah, it is.
Didn't even have a break.
Big shoes to fill.
I mean, The Voice were on, and then they gave it a week, and then they started Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
But this went straight in.
I see
the
what you
week
mean.
after Broadchurch.
Yeah, well, you've got to, I suppose.
Keep it going.
So I didn't actually know what it was about. And then as soon as it started and she dropped him at training and there was a knock at the door, suddenly I clicked and went, "Oh my God, he's called Rhys Jones."
Yeah.
And I was like, what have you got me into?
Yeah.
It was your fault. Just for a minute, Mark,
Yeah.
it was all your fault.
It was.
Because I'm a parent and Mark is soon to be a parent as well. And it would be interesting if you had child now, I think. This might...
People would call me heartless.
No, never.
Don't look at them. But I find it very easy to separate myself from these things.
I used to.
But you can't now.
Oh God, I used to. Like, I would hate to see a dog die at the end of, say, Turner and Hooch, Marley and Me.
Did they die at the end of them?
Oh God, spoiler alert! I'm so sorry.
Cujo.
Yeah, Kangaroo Jack.
Does the kangaroo die?
No idea.
Oh.
I've never seen it.
I need to know now.
But yeah, obviously now completely changed.
All right.
So it would be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what from your point of view. So yeah, when it started, it was all Mark's fault just for a minute, and I didn't really want to watch it. But I thought, let's just get through it. Like you said, I've just read somewhere that it was less of a whodunit and more of a prove whodunit.
Yeah.
And I like that. That it rings true to me. Does that?
You know, this is going to be more of a review rather than us try to work out what went on, or
exactly.
who did it, because we know, because it was a true event of an 11-year-old boy who was riding his bike on the way home from football practice.
Football practice, yeah.
And got caught in the crossfire of two gangs and got shot dead.
Yeah.
10 years ago, it was 2007.
It was
the
2007.
22nd of August. It sticks with me because it was the day before my birthday. Remember that, everyone.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thanks.
It's just not the... I mean, it's going to be so difficult to review this, but let's just go for it, shall we?
Yeah, it follows on from the Moore side, which we're on, which was about that girl.
Yeah, so Jeff Pope has written this.
Who wrote that?
Who wrote the Moore
I
side.
didn't like the Moore side.
You didn't like it, did you? I didn't mind it at all, but I like kind of the fact, you know. And
you like true stories, though,
well,
don't you?
seeing bits behind the scenes that you wouldn't normally have read about in the papers, and how true have they actually made it, and how close to the actual story have they got it? Because a lot of these things can sometimes be dramatised, can't they?
This is apparently quite close because from what I've read, that the mother and father of Rhys Jones were quite close to the story.
Yeah.
Of sort of giving it the okay, and they've sort of said, yeah, it's good.
So we start, obviously she drops him at football practice, everything's tickety-boo, and she goes home, and they're just living their lives, aren't they? It's just a Monday night, they're getting ready for the football to start, and then there's a knock at the door. And obviously there's one of the trainer guys, which you'd be in that situation, wouldn't you? Because you used to train football.
Yep.
He doesn't have a clue what to say. He's just like, get in the car. Get in the car, he's been shot.
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you mean he's been shot?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't... Obviously, she's no idea what's gone on at this point. And we get to drive with her to the scene, which is it's just a few streets away. It's literally 90 seconds on camera, something like that.
Yeah.
So that point of view is not nice to watch because you know what's coming. Obviously, it's a true story. We've seen it.
And the bit where she gets out the car and goes through the crowd, it's all done in real time. It was one shot and the man behind them moving with her, sort of almost her perspective.
Yeah, and then she's obviously got to make the call to her husband. This is what's happened. You've got to get to the hospital now. For me, that was the hardest part to watch, I think.
Was it?
In the hospital. Yeah, definitely. As a parent, you wouldn't have a clue what the situation is. Yes, they're working on him, and everybody's trying to be really positive as they do such a great job in the hospitals of trying to keep you positive, and it's not over till it's over and this, that, and the other. I thought one of the most powerful scenes of it was when they stopped and the mother walks off and she walks down the corridor into the room where they're all waiting.
Oh, family.
And she says to her, well, it's one of her, is it like a niece or something like that?
I think so.
And she says, you've got to go through and talk to the doctors because they're saying he's died and it can't be true and you've just got to go through. And everybody else goes, don't they?
Yeah.
And she's just stood there and it's the shock. And it was fabulously acted. I don't think it's going to be that difficult if she's a mother to act that scene. I don't think it's going to be that difficult.
In it?
I don't know. I don't know really.
Would you want to, as a parent, if someone said to you, "Oh, right, we're going to do this scene, and now you've got to act as if one of your children had died."
But I think because it's
would you be able to do
out,
it?
Because the little lad whose real name was I think it was Sonny. I think was the real lad who played this kid who's up there in the corner on the graphic. I think having him laid out in front with all the doctors and everything going on, it kind of would ring true.
Yeah.
I think it would. I think the father was good as well in the fact that it was just looking on in disbelief. He didn't know what was going on. It just hadn't sunk in at all.
Yeah.
And then he had to stay really strong.
It felt like he was trying to stay strong, didn't it?
So I just thought it was really difficult to watch, and I'm glad that's kind of out of the way now.
Yeah.
It kind of is.
That bit is.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And they didn't dwell on it.
No, I mean
they had to put it in.
They're going to tell their story
of
as
the
well.
story of it, but they didn't dwell on.
No, they didn't.
This, the worst possible thing happening to these people. A lot of it was about the case, the people who were investigating it and trying to, whatever his name is over there.
Who's Stephen Graham?
Stephen Graham. I thought he was a bit. It felt like at the start he was fairly removed from it and a bit of the hard man, a bit of the big man, until the point where they went in to the autopsy.
Yeah, that was early on as well.
Yeah,
wasn't
and the bloke was like, "This is where it went in," and it looked like he was really upset.
He was really struggling with that, wasn't he? Yeah, he was.
But I like the bit where like they had to go back to the hospital to see him, and he was laid out.
Yeah,
and that bitch of a policewoman.
Oh no!
Don't touch him. He's evidence.
And then she doesn't just stop there, does she?
Don't touch me! Just don't stop touching. I'm going to arrest you. Bit hard.
It's crazy. And do you know what? I thought they were really. You'd have blown up. I think I'd have gone absolutely crazy, and they didn't.
No.
They were just being really respectful of her, going, "Yeah, okay, that's fair enough." And she did say he's my son.
Yeah.
But then they kind of backed off, and they were thanking everybody, and they took it so. They weren't taking it well, but do you know what I mean? They handled it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, they've been helping out with the filming and things like that, so it's got to be fairly true to the script. I thought Stephen Graham's been doing a really good job, and
brilliant.
I said to Mark before it started, he's really typecast as this hard man.
Yeah.
And straight away, I was totally wrong, because he was really emotional, and that emotion's right there at all times, isn't it? He's just about to go. I like the bit where he was trying to, because he's like the new chief superintendent, isn't he? Well, he's not chief, is he? But is he acting assistant?
No, he's the
detective
no, he was
inspector.
named as the.
Is he acting detective inspector?
No, he's the chief investigating officer, CIO. She's the CIO of the case, chief investigating officer. The woman with the ridiculous hair, she's the chief.
She's the chief super, isn't she?
When
Yeah.
they were, oh, no. when they were stood in that car park, and it's the wide shot comes in slowly of him, Stephen, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
walking towards her. Me and Kevin just looked at each other and went, "Whoa, that woman's hair!
The hair. It's big hair.
It's big hair.
Yeah.
It must be a wig, that."
Do you think so?
I thought so. We were all thinking, how are we going to do this? Because, of course, we're very, on the fly. There's a bit of a comedy element.
Yeah.
How the hell are we going to put any kind of comedy spin on this terrible thing?
And then the hair.
And then the hair.
Yeah.
The syrup of figs turns up.
So, obviously, while all this is going on, we've got a bit of background as to who's done it.
Yeah.
There's going to be like this web of lies, isn't there?
Yeah.
But they're all passing the gun around now, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they've picked on somebody
Kev.
who's completely...
He's a good boy. He's never been in trouble.
Well, this is it. But unfortunately, he ain't gonna
no.
say boo to a goose, is he? So
Well, he's gone on holiday now. Where's he
Yeah.
gone? Disneyland.
I don't know. Did it
I'm
say
sure
where they were
there
going?
was something like
They
that.
have to Disneyland.
I don't know.
Jesus.
They all piled in car.
What a shady bunch of characters.
Oh, no. And the problem I'm going to have is they've all got shaved. They all look the same.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're gonna
So
have...
this Mercer fella who's supposed to have shot him.
Yeah.
Because you get like in the background of some of the scenes, you get like people, the public phoning in telling you who it was.
like that. They've done that.
Yeah,
really
that was
well.
really cleverly
Yeah.
done. But it was all this. I've forgotten his name. Something Mercer.
Sean Mercer.
Sean Mercer. Sean Mercer did it, and such a person gave him the gun, and it was like.
And everybody's saying
they all
the
look
same thing.
Yeah. So then the chief, whatever she is telling him it's him. Go and arrest him. It's cut and dried.
but-
and he's like, no, we need more evidence.
Yeah. Dave Kelly's name is in the show.
Ned.
Yeah, they said call me Ned.
Ned Kelly. Yeah.
So yeah, Dave's basically saying, look, we've got no evidence,
Yeah.
and we can't do anything. And they're just going to go no comment, no comment, no comment,
Yeah.
which they did, and
Yeah.
they proved that.
Yeah.
Do you think when they pick these actors to play these nutters, do you think they get people who have had a previous background? Do you think sometimes they don't even get an actor and they just pluck people off the streets who look shockingly evil?
Well, no, because you can make someone look evil.
Well, you can.
If they shaved your head and put you in a tracksuit,
Yeah.
you'd look like any kind of
Probably.
street tough, wouldn't you?
Street tough.
Ne'er-do-wells. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd look like any kind of...
Sat on a mountain bike
Yeah, put your hoodie
with a
on.
can of special brew.
You just look like some kind of thug.
Possibly.
They were good actors.
Well, from what we've seen so far,
Well, yeah.
They're-
It wasn't like your everyday episode of Coronation
no.
Street, were it?
And they play it
They didn't have
so
Devin interview.
so
really,
that you
did they?
hate them. And that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Proving it's going to be one thing.
Yeah.
Like you said, they've hidden the gun at this young lad's house, Kev.
Who's gone on his holidays?
Yep. Do you think he's going to crack?
Probably.
But saying that he's gone away.
He has gone away. But how are they going to find out the gun's there?
I don't know a lot of the background as to
I
what happened.
don't want to now look into it.
You just
Because
wanna
I feel
see
like
it
I
play
want to
out.
watch it play out because it's
Yeah.
true to life. It's not so much a dramatization, although it is. It's not a. Do you know what I mean?
It's
gonna
true to life.
Yeah, it's gonna play out as it played out.
You would hope so, yeah.
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
the Moore side. It was a bit more of a dramatization because we still don't know. She still says that they got it all wrong. Shannon Matthews' mother said no, the truth will come out one day. So we never know that side of the story. We
yeah.
know that side of the story with this because it was all, and they got who did it. And
Yeah. So, I find it interesting as well because Dave Kelly's character, he is obviously under the watchful eye of his chief.
what were they doing with bat?
Well, I quite like that scene actually.
Why didn't he have a bat?
Well, I don't know, to be
pickaxe
fair.
handle.
I think it was a bit of camaraderie, wasn't it, between the troops, really? But I thought that little speech was really good.
Yeah, it was.
You know, you're all looking at each other because you're a team
Yeah.
and you've got to talk to each other.
Yeah.
You've got to talk to each other.
You've got to like that accent.
And he loves the bat. Like I said, he's been kind of typecast.
Yeah.
It's probably his own from home, off of another film.
Just got out of the boot
that
of the
he's
car.
been in,
I've brought
yeah.
this with me. Think we can make use of it?
Yeah.
Dare you say no?
And I liked the whole speech of that scene was brilliant. Yeah, and I do quite enjoy the accent as well. It makes me laugh.
It does.
It does, yeah. In a fun way, not a laugh at them. It's hilarious.
No,
I like the accent. I do. I genuinely like it.
If you want someone to laugh at, then it's definitely the Brummies, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right there, mate.
All right. The master debaters.
I thought Rhys Jones' older brother, he didn't handle it very well at all, which obviously he's going to, I think in some ways he's going to find it really tough because kind of mum and dad have kind of got each other.
Yeah.
He's lost his little brother. And it's hard for kids at that age to kind of handle it. So whether we'll see a lot of him, I don't know if he's, is he mixed up in anybody? I'm like you, I don't really know the backstory to this.
Which I'm not going to read into. Like I said, I remember it happening.
Yeah, I do. It was the biggest story in the country at the time, wasn't it?
Oh God,
just a shock of it. And the CCTV, as Dave Kelly said, we've got the cameras. They're shit. They are crap.
This is shit.
And how many times over the years do you see that? Oh, actual footage.
Crime Watch.
We need you to identify this person. Yeah. Well, it's like 4 pixels on a screen.
Yeah.
In this day and age, you'd think it'd be better. I know this was 2007. Yeah. But even now, it's no better.
The bikes are going to be key
to
this because there was a bit where one of the youths walked into that house and there were bikes out there. The bikes are going to be key, I think, to catching who did it or something. Yep. Something like that. I don't know.
Things like this, though, they can just make you angry with life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you need a little bit of light in TV, and you're not going to get it from this.
I think that's why we watch Better Call Saul after this.
We need to.
For a bit of light relief.
Absolutely right. So, yeah. And
then they dragged themselves off to Goodison Park, which is where Everton play football at the end.
They did. Obviously, it was a real crowd.
Yeah.
Do you think it was before a real game? I've not really seen anything in the press about.
I'm not sure
how they filmed it. Sometimes they ask fans to stay behind, don't they? Or they just turn up before it and do it before a game.
If you look at that bloke there, he's taking a picture. You see him in the background.
Yeah, very true. Yeah,
he's taking a picture.
So yeah,
and they got a minute's applause.
I thought it was excellent.
Quite moving as well.
I like that better than a silence.
I do.
I've always liked that better than a silence.
It's got much more impact than a silence. Much more,
without a doubt.
There's always some dick
in a
minute's silence. He'll shout something.
Absolutely.
But that was 30-odd thousand people just applauding.
Yeah.
And it's keeping it out there, and it's more people come forward and please tell us what happened because it's all the local community.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a big thing. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I think with things like this, you can just respect how well they're done.
It was brilliantly acted.
Yeah.
It was really sensitively done, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really was.
Too right.
Excellent. Another really good drama on ITV.
I know, yeah, they're knocking it out of the park at the minute.
They are.
But like you said, it's big shoes to fill. So 4 episodes. I guess we're going to see how we get on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What would you give it out of 13?
Out of 13, I think, respectfully, I'm going to give it a 12.
I'd go 11 or 12.
Yeah.
I thought it was excellent.
I thought it was brilliantly done.
It was just that woman's hair that they lose the mark just for that.
That went from 11 to 12 just on the hair.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
No, from 12 to 11.
All right. Okay. It loses a mark.
Loses a mark
because of the hair. You see, for me, it made it better.
Did it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's
I
things like
in
that
it a lot.
To me.
Comic relief.
Okay. Yeah. The light in the darkness.
I hope you can join us for the rest of the season.
Yeah, if you can
not season. There's not even more than one season.
No, well, 4 episodes. If you can find it within you to leave a like, might be a bit weird on a video like this, but
leave a like. Tell us what you thought of it, whether you thought it was good or not.
Yeah, and comment as well. No spoilers.
No. And subscribe to the channel.
Yeah,
if you're watching it on YouTube. If you've already subscribed, unsubscribe. Subscribe again.
And subscribe again.
Tell your friends.
And go to @3Cuckoos, and if you see us tweet about it, retweet that shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And
all right, and we'll see you
next week
for episode 2.
Bye.
See ya.
3 Cuckoos podcast. 3 Cuckoos podcast. 3 Cuckoos podcast.